Nowadays, the way we work has completely changed, right? Teams connect from anywhere: home, the office, a coffee shop. But of course, the big question is, how do we make that access secure and easy at the same time? Because it often seems like you have to sacrifice one for the other. Well, we're going to see that, no, you can have both. Now, this is the million-dollar question, and it might be a bit uncomfortable, but it has to be asked. Many companies take for granted that their systems are secure, but without knowing it, they could be leaving a door wide open. And not just to cyber attacks, but to problems that hold back their own employees. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's talk about what almost everyone knows and uses, the VPN. For years, it's been the star tool, no doubt about it. The problem is that what used to be an impassable wall in today's world, with people working from everywhere, is starting to have some pretty serious cracks. And here comes the key to the whole matter. It's just that the concept of the VPN is like that of a medieval castle. Once you lower the drawbridge and someone enters, they have the freedom to move wherever they want within the walls. What does this mean in practice? That if someone gets the password of just one employee, they could have free access to all the systems, to all the company's data. A huge risk. So the problems go much further than just the purely technical. We're talking, on one hand, about a security risk that can leave the company totally exposed. On the other, of frustrated employees because the connection is slow, it drops, and it doesn't let them work well. And as if that weren't enough, a mountain of costs in devices, licenses, and maintenance that just keeps growing. But well, luckily things have advanced, and the solution isn't just a slightly better product, no. It's a change of mindset, a much smarter way to approach security nowadays. It's called zero trust. The idea is very simple, but it changes absolutely everything. No more taking for granted that someone is trustworthy just because they're inside the network. With the zero trust model, no one is trusted by default. Every time a person or a device tries to access something, they have to prove who they are and that they have permission to do so. Always, at all times. To make it super clear, let's go back to the building example. A VPN is like giving the master key. It opens all the doors. Zero trust, on the other hand, is as if a security guard accompanied the employee to a specific room, the one they need for their work, and only that one. The rest of the doors don't even exist for that person. Okay, the philosophy sounds great, but how do you put this into practice without going crazy? Because it sounds complicated. Well, this is where Connectasec comes into play. It's a solution that's been designed precisely for that, so that any company can apply zero trust security in an incredibly simple way. And for the team members, day-to-day life changes completely. No more fighting with the VPN, waiting for it to connect, or having the call drop. Now it's as easy as installing a small app using a one-time key for maximum security, and that's it, they're in, working only with the tools they need. Fast and without complications. And for the person managing the company's technology, well, this is a huge relief. It means saying goodbye to expensive hardware, firewalls, and their maintenance. Everything is controlled from a super simple web panel. With a couple of clicks, you can see who's connected, what they can access, and grant or revoke permissions instantly. It's having total control, but with total simplicity. The theory is all well and good, but how does this work in real businesses, day to day? Well, let's look at some practical examples because that's where you really see the impact. Let's think about medical clinics, for example. There, confidentiality is paramount. With a solution like this, a doctor can access a specific patient's history from their laptop, and that's it. They don't see anything else on the hospital network. This protects data incredibly well and makes remote work much easier for healthcare staff. Or imagine a chain of restaurants or stores. Here, the savings are direct. You see it right away. Instead of having to install a firewall, a device in each location to securely connect card machines, you just install this software. The connection is just as secure, but management is done from one place and the cost plummets. And another example, a hotel. Front desk staff need agility, so with this, they can access the booking system securely and directly from their computer without needing servers or technical hassles at the hotel itself. It eliminates a lot of complexity and potential points of failure. Well, at this point, the decision is based on very, very clear business arguments. If we put the two models side by side, the traditional VPN and this new approach, the difference is night and day. There's just no comparison. Let's look at security. We go from a risk to the entire network to super-controlled and specific access. Cost, from investing in hardware and paying for maintenance to a simple, much more predictable subscription fee. Ease of use, from complex setups and slowness to an app and one click. And management, from complicated rules to a centralized and intuitive panel. At the end of the day, all this boils down to three major benefits for the business. First, much more solid security. Second, a very significant reduction in total cost. And third, and this is fundamental, teams that are more productive because they don't waste time with connection issues. And check out this figure, it's incredible, 80%. Imagine what it's like to reduce technical support calls for remote access issues by 80%. It's a huge amount of time and resources freed up, both for the IT team and for the rest of the employees who can just focus on their work. So we close with this reflection. The world of work has already changed, that's a fact. Flexibility and security have stopped being a luxury and become a necessity. The question is no longer whether companies should modernize their remote work methods, but how much longer they can afford to wait.